15th of November 1887 in Wisconsin, America, Georgia O'Keeffe was an American painter often referred to as the mother of American modernism. She is highly recognizable by her paintings of New York skyscrapers, New Mexico landscapes, and predominantly enlarged floral paintings. With a career spreading through many decades, O'Keeffe saw great success, becoming one of the most well-known American painters, especially for exploring feminist views, once saying, "Men put me down as the best woman painter. I think I'm one of the best painters." Unfortunately, suffering from macular degeneration and failing vision in her later life, O'Keeffe became unable to work to her full abilities. Ultimately, she passed away in Santa Fe on March 6, 1986, aged 98. In the beginning of her life, O'Keeffe lived on a dairy farm. Being immersed in nature later impacted her work's organic subject matter. At a young age, her mother recognized her desire to be an artist and encouraged her to take art lessons. Studying in Chicago, she grew frustrated that the teachings did not reflect her perceptions of what art could be. This is a common problem I've discovered amongst artists, as educational institutions like to put expressiveness of art into a box just for the purpose of marking. For Georgia O'Keeffe, the discovery of abstract art allowed her to say things in colours and shapes that she couldn't say in any other way, things she had no words for. In this sense, she used her paintings as a sort of language to communicate her feelings with. This expression this expression of ideas and emotion was very attractive to her. After sending a series of abstract charcoal drawings to a friend in 1915, O'Keeffe's work was displayed by her mutual friend, famous photographer Alfred Stieglitz. At the time, being a professional artist was not considered socially acceptable for women. Despite this, Alfred hosted her first ever solo exhibition in 1916. The two soon became great friends and ultimately married in 1924. After moving to New York together, Georgia soon began to paint her depiction of the city around her. Creating distinct dramatic pieces, she aimed to paint New York not as it is, but as it felt. By the mid-1920s, she was well known as an important artist by her skyscraper paintings, the symbol of America's modernity. Alongside this, she created the highly recognizable enlarged floral paintings, the symbol of femininity and softness. In a male-dominated world, she depicted love and affection in a bright and bold way. Stieglitz and O'Keeffe had a creative partnership, resulting in a mutual exchange of artistic influences. O'Keeffe became a sort of muse for Stieglitz, appearing in a series of portraits and nudes. She additionally was influenced by modernist photography, with similarities being drawn between magnification and cropping in her floral paintings. She often travelled with the American landscape photographer Ansel Adams around New Mexico. In 1946, her work was exhibited in the New York Museum of Modern Art, where she was the first woman to earn a retrospective. However, after Stieglitz died in the same year, O'Keeffe permanently moved to New Mexico, a place she frequently visited over the last 20 years. She took great fascination in the beauty of found bones and would spend hours in the hot desert painting the unusual stark landscape. The Pedernal Mountain became a key subject over her many years in New Mexico. Her rich, bold landscape paintings are some of my favourite paintings by her, as she depicts the vast, unusual terrain with thick colours and smooth folding brushstrokes. During the 1950s, O'Keeffe travelled internationally, creating work from places such as Peru and Mount Fuji in Japan. At 73, she found the aerial view of the clouds to be her new subject matter. After passing away in 1986, her legacy still stands. She produced over 2,000 pieces of work in her lifetime, with the Georgia O'Keeffe Museum collecting nearly 150 paintings and hundreds of works on paper. Personally, I usually prefer artworks that project something a bit more melancholy and pieces that depict more of a story, such as works from Francis Bacon or Charlotte Salomon. However, Georgia O'Keeffe's work has grown on me. Her positive view of the world is charming, and the beautiful way she depicts nature is captivating and easy to admire. She opened the door for female artists by expressing herself in new and innovative ways. As a female artist, I highly respect O'Keeffe for pushing the boundaries of what is socially acceptable for women, and for following her artistic instincts instead of preconceptions about what art should be.
Yeah.